Hi, first graders. This is an example of a life cycle book. Notice how frogs and toads lay eggs that hatch and become tadpoles, and the tadpoles change and grow into frogs and toads, which lay eggs again and continue the cycle of life. If you're thinking of writing a life cycle book, then this one is a good example for you. A Tadpole Grows Up by Pam Zollman. Contents. Here's what you can expect to learn in this book. Word hunt, pages 4 to 5. Tadpoles, pages 6 to 7. Frogs and toads, 8 to 9. Laying eggs, 10 to 11. Tadpoles hatch, 12 to 13. Tadpoles change, 14 to 17. Tadpoles grow into frogs and toads, pages 18 to 19. Timeline, a tadpole grows up, 20 to 21. Your new words on page 22, that must be the glossary. These animals lay eggs in the water too, page 23. Index on 24. Find out more on 24 and meet the author on page 24. Word hunt. Look for these words as you read. They will be in bold. Say them after me. Algae, amphibian, blob, embryo, string, tadpole, worm. Tadpoles! Are those fish? No, they are tadpoles. Tadpoles grow into frogs or toads. See the tadpoles in the circle? These tadpoles will grow into toads. Frogs and toads are amphibians. Amphibians live in water and on land. Frogs have smooth skin. Toads have bumpy skin. The creature in the picture has bumps on its skin, so it's a toad. Look at the smooth skin on this frog. Toads and frogs lay eggs in lakes, ponds, and puddles. Frogs lay eggs in a blob. Toads lay eggs in a string. Jelly covers the eggs to keep them safe. In the circle, you can see frog eggs in a blob. Toad eggs look like strings. Embryos grow inside the eggs. The eggs will hatch in about 2 to 3 weeks. The embryos become tadpoles when they hatch. See the egg in the picture and the frog embryo inside? Look, these frog eggs will hatch soon. A tadpole looks like a fish. It has a tail but no legs. Its gills help it get air from the water. It eats algae. Algae are plants that live in water. See the algae floating in the water in the picture? This frog tadpole is swimming in algae. What is happening to this tadpole? It is growing back legs. Its front legs will grow later. Its lungs are growing too. Its lungs help it to breathe air. 3 months have passed. The tadpole has lost its tail. It's time to hop out of the water. The tadpole eats bugs and worms now. Tadpoles can grow into toads. Tadpoles can grow into frogs. Here's a life cycle diagram of how a tadpole grows up. Let's follow the numbers. 1. Jelly covers the eggs to keep the frog eggs safe. Embryos are inside the eggs. 2. Look, this egg is about to hatch. When the egg hatches, A tadpole comes out. 3. These tadpoles are 10 days old. 4. This tadpole is hungry. Look at it eat. 5. The tadpole is getting bigger. It has back legs now. 6. It's still growing, but it hasn't lost its tail yet. And finally, 7. Where's the tail? It's gone. The tadpole is grown up. It is a frog now. Your new words. This is the glossary. Algae. Very tiny plants that grow in water that do not have roots or stems. Amphibian. An animal that hatches in water. Blob. A frog lays a group or blob of eggs. Embryo. A baby animal that grows inside an egg. String. A toad lays a string of eggs. Tadpole. A young frog or toad that lives in water, breathes through gills, and has a tail but no legs. Worm. A small animal that lives in the soil. These animals lay eggs in the water too. Jellyfish, newt, salamander, and trout. Check out the index and the Meet the Author section on this page. Now that you've read this book, can you tell about the life cycle of a toad or frog?